Hi guys, now today we're gonna see the Xbox controller versus the PS3 controller. So let's talk about how the Xbox controller feels. So it feels nice, smooth, grippy, not bad. It's made for your natural hand position, which is quite cool. But I'm a heavy gamer, so I play all the time. So like, if I play too long, my middle finger gets a little numb, you see. Besides that, it's pretty good. The PS3 controller. So the PS3 controller, when I hold it, it feels pretty plasticky, but it's quite smooth. And the only thing, one of the things I don't like about it is it's not made for your natural hand position. It's seriously not made for your natural hand position. If I play with the PS3 controller too long, it just cramps up my hand. You know, my hand starts cramping up, and it's not quite cool. So let's talk about triggers. These are the triggers. As you can see, these are the triggers. Well, the Xbox has done a great job with the trigger. It's nice, pressy, and it doesn't go too deep in. It's like it has a nice stop to it. But when you look at the PS3 controller, it goes way too deep in. It's not as good as the Xbox one. And when you just put the PS3 controller down like this, and you're watching a movie, it can easily, these are easy to press. They just like press it, you put it down and they just press, which ruins your movie. In a way, it just rewinds. And now we're looking at the joysticks. The Xbox has great joysticks. These things here, zoom into that, these things here, the three things here, well, they grip in, they help you grip in, okay? So they really help you grip in, actually, and it's quite smooth. The Xbox joysticks, they don't break, they don't haywire, they go pretty smoothly. They feel good, and my thumb doesn't slip. However, with the PS3 controller, my hand tends to slip a lot. Well, you see, if I'm playing FIFA or any sports game, I'm like this for like quite a while, and it suddenly slips off. You see, it just suddenly slips off. Which is not good. And if I drop my PS3 controller once, the joysticks can easily get damaged. Then they haywire, they don't work, they get they're tangly, and they're not as smooth as Xbox controllers, to be honest. But I don't know why, I still prefer PS3 controllers, because they're faster to move, and when you're playing, they just move faster, and it feels way more smoother. So let's talk about the directional buttons. Well, the directional buttons here, the Xbox has done a pretty good job, but I can sometimes get tangled up with them, because it's just one thing, I can easily get tangled up with them. If I want to press up, I press in the corner, it goes right, left. So I don't usually get tangled up, but you tend to get tangled up quite a lot. So with the PS3 controller, they've actually done a really good job with the directional buttons. They're nice, pressy, squishy, bouncy, and they feel pretty good. And you don't get tangled up, you don't get confused. You know where it is, up, right, left, down. Simple. So now, we'll talk about the buttons, the gaming buttons, you see. A, X, Y, B. Well, they feel a little cheap to me, honestly. When I play, it doesn't feel pretty good. It sounds really cheap, to be honest. I would much rather prefer the PS3 buttons, They're nice, big, they feel really nice to press. I love the sound, and they just look, they're made from better quality, you see. And now we come to the middle button, this one. Well, I love the middle button for the Xbox controller. It is so nice, it feels great, smooth. I just love pressing it for some reason. But with the PS3 controller, you really have to press it in, you don't really like pressing. You don't really like doing it a lot, you see. But with the Xbox controller, it's just amazing. And yeah, and now let's talk about the design, the shape, the looks. I honestly think an Xbox controller looks fantastic. It just looks like something, let's talk about the weight now. the Xbox controller is quite heavy, to be honest. It's like quite heavy, and yeah, it's quite heavy. But when you look at the PS3 controller, it's nice, and the vibration for the PS3 controller is much better than the Xbox controller. Like when the PS3 controller vibrates, it actually really vibrates and like gives you the real taste of like the shooting, the kicking, anything. But with the Xbox controller, the vibration isn't as good, and it's quite heavy. I don't really like heavy controllers. Some of you might do. So let's come to the battery life. Well, the Xbox, Microsoft went a little cheap with this. They put battery, like you have to put batteries in it. You can't charge it like the PS3 controller. You have to put batteries in it, which is a little cheap. And like I much rather prefer the PS3 controller for that, because you can just charge it easily. You know, you just like get any wire, like the simple wire. You can get it from anywhere. Just plug it in, and you're good to go. But with the Xbox controller, like sometimes I'm just playing COD, and I'm about to kill someone, and the Xbox, my batteries run out, and I'm like, oh, what to do? So I usually keep a spare pack of batteries, and now they're rechargeable battery packs. They're pretty awesome. You can just recharge them. Yeah, but still not as good as the PS3 one. You can just easily charge it. So my conclusion is that the Xbox controller is better. I mean, both of them are excellent controllers, but the Xbox controller just feels better, and I just love the Xbox controller. Well, I'm actually a PS3 fanboy, but I still prefer the Xbox 360 controller. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and please give it a like.